The line moving, the 0-1, a little squibber inside the first base bag and up the right field line. Kirk's coming around third. He's going to score. Hernandez stops at third. 8-1, Toronto on top, and rally towels are going.
Counts it 1-1. Next pitch swung on a deep drive, left field, backing up. Tapia, he's looking on the track, and that is gone! A three-run homer
from JP and grind out this at bat.
Crawford to center field, not deep. Sprinting in Springer, and Springer collide. The ball falls, and everybody's going to score. The Mariners have tied the game.
Tying run at first. Swinging a fly ball center field. Coming in Julio. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Mariners win the wild card series. They're going to Houston to take on the Astros.
Wait, before I get into this colossal failure, where have I seen this before?
Bottom of the seventh inning, 3-0. One pitch and a pop-up. Right side. And it's going to drop. 1-2 out. That's into right field. That ball is down.
God, please take me away from this earth.
So it's not like this is anything new. Back in 2015 against the Royals, you saw a few games in those series that the Blue Jays just blew, and we could have easily won those games. But obviously we didn't, right? And I think it stirs back to one thing. The management, the coaches, and listen, I don't know the most about baseball, but I do know enough to know that your $110 million pitcher, Kevin Gausman, playing 6 innings, you see the bases are loaded, right? You either sub him out with 0 outs, or if the guy gets 2 outs, which is what happened in this game, you don't sub him out at all, because that is where everything went wrong. After that inning, we subbed out Kevin Gausman and put in all these relief pitchers that I could care less to know about because they allowed 7 or 8 runs in 3 innings, and it's just inexcusable, man. I cannot believe we choked that as a whole. But I will explain in this video what went wrong for the Jays, the expectations placed on them at the beginning of the season, and is this just an overall problem with the Jays that we can never get over the hump? I will be talking about all of this in this video.
I think of her so much it drives me crazy. I just don't want her to leave me. Don't you get me out, please don't give up.
Hey, real quick before we get into the video, man, I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe. I'm sorry I've been gone a few weeks. I've just been very busy with everything, but I'm back and I'm going to be making these types of videos, so let me know if you guys enjoy it. But without further ado, man, check out our Discord in the description and let's get into this. This result is honestly absurd to any average MLB fan or anyone who just watches baseball in general. The Blue Jays were the favorites to win the World Series, or one of the favorites, at the beginning of the season. Quite frankly, I don't know why they were placed that high. Like, I get it, they are a good team. Vladdy had so much to prove. Also a favorite for the AL MVP, and as well a great supporting cast around him. And listen, this could be a very bad take, but in my view, I saw that 2015-2016 Blue Jays roster as constructed a bit better than this year's. It could just be because I watched more back then and really got into the players. And I don't know, I think this is a good comparison because both teams had the sky's the limit expectations, mainly this team more this year, but both ended up choking in the playoffs pretty badly, and it's just a shame to see, man, what could have been the Blue Jays the last 6 years. We just haven't figured out a way to get over the hump. So what's going to happen this offseason? There's a lot of questions that can be asked, but I'd assume that most of our core and our 2 specific all-stars in Kirk and Vladdy would stay with the Blue Jays because we are relatively young too, and there is a lot to prove in the next coming years. Not to mention Kevin Gausman, Joe Berrios, and Alek Manoah, sorry for pronunciation, are locked in for next season, while the Blue Jays do owe some money to some players, so I doubt we will be able to keep everyone. But this isn't the real problem. The general consensus with the Blue Jays is that we are really good, or at least pretty good in the regular season, and then the playoffs we seem to kind of fall off a bit, not having the pressure hitters required that can get a hit when you really need it. We haven't had too many over the years. Like, I remember Bautista was crazy in the playoffs, Encarnacion was pretty good, but when you look at this team, Kirk is pretty good under pressure. You saw in that game with the 2 homers, Hernandez, and as well you could say a sprinkle of Vladdy and Jensen. But I'd say that 2015 team was a bit better, specifically that win against Texas, and as well just getting farther in the playoffs in general. We took Kansas City to 6 and could have easily won that series, and who knows what would have happened that year. I mean, mean, I don't really know much more I can say. This was one of the worst chokes, especially in Toronto history. I think the only thing that competes with this is the Leafs Game 7 loss against the Bruins. I think it was 2013. But anything in the category with that game, you just do not want to be in. You can't get much lower than that. But overall, this Blue Jays team has showed flashes of greatness. I didn't even know we dropped 27 or 28 runs against the Red Sox during the regular season. Like, that is ridiculous, man. That, like, this team can definitely hit and has a few good pitchers that they can rely on for sure. But overall, we're just going to need to improve the chemistry from what I see and just playing under that pressure in the playoffs. So I mean, but yeah guys, sorry this video was a bit short. I've never uploaded a baseball video on my channel, so I really didn't know how it would go, but I hope you guys enjoyed. At the end of the day, it is just content. It's for entertainment purposes, so I think I did all right with this one. The Blue Jays, man, you really broke my heart. You better do big things next year or it's not gonna be pretty. But anyways guys, thank you and peace.